1. Money is energy, not math. Let's get one thing straight. You don't need to be a financial expert to master your money. You don't need a degree in economics or a wall full of spreadsheets. What you need is a mindset shift. Because the truth is, money is not about numbers. It's about energy. Think of money like electricity. You don't need to fully understand how electricity works to flip a switch and light up a room. You just need to know how to use it and trust that it will respond when you do. Money operates the same way. It responds to your beliefs, your emotions, and your intention. It's not reserved for Wall Street types or financial advisors. It's for you, exactly as you are. Most of us have been conditioned to see money as complicated, something that only smart people can manage. But that's just a story we've picked up, and it's time to rewrite it. Mais tintantung 3 energetic laws that shape your financial reality. The law of circulation money is meant to move. Just like water, when it flows, it's fresh, clean, and full of life. But when it gets stuck, when we hoard it, fear it, or cling to it out of scarcity, it stagnates. That's when your finances start to feel stuck too. Circulation is key. The more money you let flow with purpose and joy, the more finds its way back to you. Law of attraction. You attract what you align with. If your dominant energy around money is fear, guilt, or lack, you'll keep experiencing financial friction. But when you embody trust, gratitude, and abundance, even before your external world reflects it, money begins to respond. Like attracts like. Your energy sets the tone for what shows up in your bank account. The law of conscious direction. Here's where things really change. Money listens to clear intention. It doesn't move unless you move it. That doesn't mean hustling harder. It means being intentional. What do you want money to do in your life? How do you want it to serve you and others? When you give money clear instructions, with purpose and gratitude, it responds like a loyal employee, not a mystery to be solved. So, why does this matter? Because once you understand that money is energy, you stop feeling powerless. You stop waiting for external circumstances to improve. You realize that you can shift your financial reality by shifting how you feel, think, and speak about money. You don't have to master every stock chart or read every finance book. You just need to manage your energy. That's how you take your power back. Because money isn't your boss, it's your mirror. It reflects the energy you send out. When you treat money like a living energy that responds to your clarity, confidence, and consistency, everything changes. You stop chasing money. You start commanding it, not from ego, but from a place of alignment and worth. Reframe. Money isn't just a physical thing. It's a spiritual force that flows through your life. And when you treat it like energy, with respect, with direction, and with joy, you unlock a completely new relationship with abundance. Not one based in fear and struggle, but in trust and flow. That's not magic, that's alignment. 2. Law of circulation. The law of circulation is one of the most overlooked but powerful principles in the realm of wealth and abundance. It teaches that money, like air or water, must move freely to remain vital. When we allow money to flow joyfully, with gratitude and trust, it multiplies and blesses not only us, but others as well. But when we hoard it with fear, afraid we won't have enough, money becomes stuck, stagnant, and loses its vitality. Just like a pond without movement becomes murky, so does our financial energy when we clutch it tightly. Money is energy, and energy is meant to flow. Let's break it down simply. Think of every dollar as a little messenger. When you spend money with love, appreciation, or even excitement, like paying a small cafe owner for their delicious coffee, tipping your server generously, or donating to someone in need, that energy carries your intention forward. That dollar moves from your hand into the world, and eventually, through the unseen laws of reciprocity and flow, it returns to you, often multiplied. Not necessarily from the same person or place, but in a form that matches the energy you sent out. But if you spend with fear, reluctantly paying your bills, resenting your rent, or anxiously handing over your credit card, that energy sticks. The message you're sending to money is, I don't trust you to come back. And so it doesn't. It circulates sluggishly, or worse, not at all. This is not about being irresponsible with money. It's not about throwing it around. It's about shifting your relationship with it, from control and scarcity to trust and circulation. Americans are conditioned to think of money in terms of accumulation. More is better, save more, hoard more, hold tighter. But what if the real secret is circulating better? Many spiritual teachers, like Florence Scovel Shinn, Ernest Holmes, or even Deepak Chopra, have emphasized this. What you give with joy returns to you abundantly. What you hold with fear slips away. The law of circulation isn't just spiritual fluff, it's deeply practical. Businesses thrive when they reinvest. Consumers feel better when they purchase mindfully. And people who give, even modestly, with gratitude, often find their needs met in unexpected ways. Let's be clear, gratitude is the activator. When you give thanks for what you have, even before giving or spending, you unlock the abundance valve. You're saying to the universe, I see the blessing, I honor the flow. This mental state invites more. Here's a practical takeaway. Next time you pay a bill, say silently, thank you that I have the ability to pay this. I send this money out in peace and know it will return to me better than before. That tiny shift makes a massive difference. You're no longer resisting the outflow, you're joining the flow. And what happens when you stop the flow? Think of people who live in constant fear around money. They don't tip. They hoard every penny. They resist generosity. Over time, they often experience financial droughts, tension, or even health issues related to stress. Their money energy is jammed, like a clogged artery. Compare that with someone who circulates freely but consciously, investing in themselves, supporting others, giving generously, and receiving with gratitude. Their financial life is like a healthy bloodstream, always in motion, always regenerating. In short, money is never the goal. It's a servant of purpose. It wants to move. It thrives in circulation. And your attitude, the energy with which you give, receive, spend, or save, determines how well that circulation flows back to you. Mastering the law of circulation doesn't mean being careless. It means being conscious, and joyful, and trusting. 3. Money responds to authority. Not begging. Money is not a sentimental force. It doesn't respond to pity. It doesn't show up just because you're suffering, anxious, or wishing really hard. Money moves where power is present, and that power begins with how you speak to it. This might sound radical, but hear this. Begging pushes money away. When you beg, you affirm that you're powerless. You say to the universe, I don't have enough, and therefore that's exactly what you receive, not enough. But when you command, when you speak with conviction and certainty, you activate the energy of abundance. You shift from the energy of lack to the energy of leadership. We don't beg gravity to hold us down. We don't beg the sun to rise. Why? Because we accept those laws as facts of life. Likewise, the flow of money is governed by laws, and those who understand and align with these laws, rather than plead with them, experience prosperity. It's time to stop praying in desperation and start speaking in declaration. When you say, I command money to come, you're not demanding from a place of arrogance. You're declaring from a place of divine authority. You're aligning with the universal principle that money is energy, and energy responds to clarity, confidence, and command. You don't chase it, you don't cling. You attract it by becoming a match to it. Here's what that looks like in practice. Instead of saying, "Please, I need $500 by Friday," you declare, "I expect $500 to come into my life this week through known or unknown sources. I'm open and ready." Instead of stressing about bills, you say, "My needs are always met. I operate in overflow, not just enough." Instead of asking, "Why don't I ever have enough?" you ask, "What would someone who already has more than enough do today?" See the shift? The difference lies in energy, and energy is everything. When you step into the identity of a wealthy, empowered person, you naturally speak, act, and decide from a place of abundance. And guess what follows? Money. People often confuse commanding with being forceful. But commanding money doesn't mean you're shouting at the universe. It means you're steady, you're anchored, you're unwavering in your knowing that money serves you, not the other way around. Because when you see yourself as someone who already has access, you stop operating from lack. You shift the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you invest, the way you expect. Money obeys structure. It respects clarity. It listens to those who know their worth. So let this be your turning point. You're not a victim of circumstances. You are the author of your reality. You are not meant to chase, to plead, or to settle. You are here to direct, to choose, to lead. And money will always follow that leadership. 4. 5 daily practices to multiply your money. Commanding your money is powerful, but it must be followed by consistent, aligned action. These 5 daily practices aren't about rituals for ritual's sake. They're energetic recalibrations. Each one speaks directly to the subconscious patterns we hold about wealth, worthiness, and flow. Let's break them down. Nan practice. 1. Morning money command. The moment you wake up, before checking your phone, before brushing your teeth, speak directly to money. Not from desperation, but from certainty. Say aloud, "Money, I command you to multiply in my life today. Flow to me easily, joyfully, and right on time." Then pause, take a deep breath, and say, "Thank you," as though it already happened, because energetically it has. This practice rewires your mind from passivity to authorship. Instead of hoping good things might happen, you begin each day declaring that they will. It trains your nervous system to feel safe in abundance. Practice 2. The Gratitude Multiplier Method. Gratitude is like fertilizer for your finances. But here's the twist. It's not about being grateful for big windfalls. It's about noticing the tiny signs that money is already supporting you. Each day, name 3 small things you're truly grateful for. A surprise discount, a coin on the sidewalk, the free coffee from a coworker. Why does this matter? Because whatever you appreciate appreciates. Gratitude puts your attention on what's working financially, rather than what's lacking. And what you focus on grows. The practice. 3. Intentional giving. Giving without fear is one of the fastest ways to unstick stagnant energy. No, we're not talking about draining your savings account. We're talking about conscious, joyful, heart-led circulation. Tip the barista a little extra and bless their day. Donate a small amount to a cause you love. Buy lunch for a friend just because. These acts send a strong message to the universe. I trust in infinite supply. And when you act from trust instead of scarcity, money returns, multiplied. Giving isn't losing. It's activating the law of circulation. Practice. 4. Have conversations with your money. Most people only talk to money when they're stressed. That's like only calling a friend when you need a favor. Instead, start treating money like a trusted partner. When you spend, say, Thank you, money, for giving me this experience. Come back soon and bring friends. When you receive money, a paycheck, a refund, even loose change, pause and say, "Welcome home. Let's grow something beautiful together." This may sound silly at first, but energetically it's transformative. It shifts your relationship from tension to trust, from pressure to play. So practice. 5. Prosperity visualization at night. Right before sleep, take 2 minutes to visualize money as a gentle golden river flowing into your life. Not rushing, not crashing, just flowing. See it coming from multiple sources, expected and unexpected. Feel how safe, how joyful, how natural it is to receive. Then go deeper. Visualize what you do with that money. Imagine yourself paying for your needs with ease, blessing others generously, creating beauty and freedom with your resources. This nightly vision imprints your subconscious with the feeling of abundance. And when your subconscious is on board, reality follows. Each of these 5 practices rewrites the silent scripts you've been living by. Scripts that said money was hard. That said it was only for the lucky, the genius, or the ruthless. But now you're choosing new scripts, ones rooted in power, joy, circulation, and trust. These aren't just mindset tricks, they're energetic realignments. Do them daily and watch what happens. 5. Live from a place of abundance, not scarcity. The goal of mastering money isn't to accumulate wealth out of greed. It's to live in a state where your needs are met so fully that you can freely give, serve, and express your truest self. When you begin operating from a place of abundance rather than lack, your relationship with money shifts from fear and control to flow and confidence. Scarcity is a mindset. It whispers things like, "There's not enough," "You might lose what you have," or "You have to fight for your share." These beliefs make us cling to money, hoard resources, or feel guilty when spending, even on things that bring joy or serve a higher purpose. Living from lack creates a cycle of anxiety and contraction. You're always playing defense. You start cutting corners, limiting your dreams, or postponing joy, all under the illusion of being responsible. But living from abundance is different. It's expansive, it's generous. It's aligned with trust in the natural flow of life. Abundance says, there's always more where that came from. It invites you to give freely, invest in yourself, and take bold steps toward what you love. Because you trust that the resources you need will appear or grow in response. Let's be clear, abundance is not just about how much money is in your bank account. It's a way of being. You can have a high income and still operate from scarcity, constantly stressed, over-controlling, and afraid of financial loss. On the flip side, you can have modest means and still live abundantly because you know how to circulate money wisely, enjoy what you have, and keep your heart open to growth. When you embrace abundance, you stop asking, "How can I afford this?" and start asking, "What would it take for this to be possible?" That single shift in language opens the door for creativity and opportunity. It puts you back in the driver's seat, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a conscious creator. People who live abundantly don't give out of obligation. They give out of overflow. They share time, money, wisdom, and energy because they can. And because doing so affirms the truth that there's always enough. And guess what? Life tends to mirror that belief right back at them. The more they give from a genuine place of abundance, the more support, ideas, partnerships, and prosperity come their way. But abundance also requires intention. It doesn't mean spending recklessly or ignoring reality. It means making decisions not from fear, but from alignment. For example, instead of saying, "I can't take time off because I'll lose income," an abundance-minded person might say, "Taking this time to recharge will make me more creative, more focused, and ultimately more valuable in what I offer. This is how we reclaim our power around money. We stop letting fear dictate our choices. We stop trying to get rich out of panic. We start living as if we are already whole. And in doing so, we become magnets for more. To truly live in abundance is to remember that you were not born to struggle, shrink, or survive. You were born to expand, create, and thrive. Money is simply a tool, not the source of your worth, not your identity. And when you use that tool from a place of generosity and grace, you not only transform your own financial life, you ripple that abundance outward into your family, your community, and your world. 6. The 7-Day Challenge. Now that you've explored 5 powerful strategies for aligning with the energy of money, shifting your beliefs, clearing your blocks, expressing gratitude, scripting abundance, and using affirmations, it's time to move from learning to living. This is where the transformation begins, the 7-Day Challenge. It's simple, practical, and incredibly potent. Choose just one of the 5 strategies. Commit to it. Practice it every single day for the next 7 days. No skipping. No excuses. Watch what starts to unfold. Let's break it down. Day 1 to day 7. Build a ritual. Whether you choose affirmations, scripting, gratitude journaling, or belief shifting, make it a daily ritual. Ideally, do it first thing in the morning or before bed. Those are the moments your subconscious is most open to receiving new instructions. If you picked affirmations, say them aloud with emotion. Don't just repeat, "Money comes to me easily and effortlessly," like a robot. Feel it. Embody it. Smile when you say it. Let your body absorb the vibration of that truth. If you chose scripting, write as if it already happened. I can't believe I just landed a client who paid me $5,000 up front. I feel so supported by the universe. Don't worry if it hasn't happened. Write it anyway. That's how the mind begins to recalibrate your reality. With gratitude journaling, stretch beyond the obvious. Don't just write, "I'm grateful for money." Go deeper. I'm grateful for the unexpected $20 refund I got today. It reminded me that the universe always has my back. If you picked belief reprogramming, dig into your stories. Ask, where did I learn that money is hard to earn? Then write a new narrative. Challenge that belief and replace it with something expansive. For energy clearing, use visualization, meditation, tapping, EFT, or any method that helps you release old scarcity patterns. Picture yourself letting go of guilt, shame, or fear about money. Every time you do, you're creating space for more abundance to flow in. Be more fun, what might happen? By day 3, many people begin to notice small shifts. A friend buys them lunch. A discount shows up unexpectedly. An idea drops in during meditation. A client that ghosted suddenly replies. By day 7, something weirdly wonderful often happens. Maybe someone pays back an old debt. Maybe you find unexpected cash in a jacket pocket. Or maybe a job opportunity appears out of nowhere. The how isn't your job. Your job is to tune your frequency. Here's the kicker. It's not a coincidence. It's a reflection of your new energetic alignment. You're no longer chasing money. You're becoming magnetic to it. Why it works. When you repeat a practice consistently, you rewire your subconscious. You shift from lack to sufficiency, from worry to worthiness. And money responds to worthiness. Not in some magical, fluffy way, but in a deeply practical, energetic sense. Money flows where it's welcomed, not where it's feared. This challenge isn't about obsessing over dollars. It's about proving to yourself that you are safe, supported, and ready to receive. Are you in? Pick your strategy. Set a reminder. Commit for 7 days. And watch what shifts, not just in your wallet, but in your identity. 7. Money isn't scarce. That's a lie. Let's get one thing straight. Scarcity is a mindset, not a fact. We've been conditioned to believe that money is a limited resource, that there's not enough to go around, and if someone else has more, it means you'll have less. But take a step back. Look at nature. The trees don't ration how much oxygen they release. Rivers don't drip their water like it's a precious commodity. The sun doesn't say, "You've had enough light for today." Abundance is the natural state of the universe. You're surrounded by it. The limitation doesn't come from the outside world. It comes from inside your own beliefs. You see, the economy is not a pie where everyone only gets one slice. Wealth is not finite. It's created every day by ideas, innovation, creativity, and service. When you start shifting your internal narrative from "there's not enough" to "there's always more than enough," something magical happens. You stop chasing money and start attracting it. Here's the truth. Money responds to energy. When you believe it's scarce, you operate from fear, contraction, and control. But when you believe in abundance, you operate from expansion, generosity, and trust. And guess what energy money likes to flow toward? The second one. Think about the people who always seem to have money luck. It's not always because they were born rich or got lucky. Many of them simply never bought into the lie that money is rare. They believe opportunities are endless, and that money is just a tool, not a master. Let's take this deeper. If you believe that wealth is hard to earn, you'll subconsciously sabotage your success. You'll reject help, undercharge your value, or hesitate to invest in yourself. You'll repel money while wondering why it never seems to stick around. This belief is like trying to collect water with a sieve. No matter how much flows in, it leaks right back out. But the moment you reprogram your belief to "there is always more than enough," you begin operating on a new frequency. You stop begging life to pay you. You begin commanding wealth with calm certainty. This doesn't mean you ignore budgeting or financial wisdom. It means you stop worshipping lack. You respect money, but you no longer fear it. You give freely, invest wisely, and receive gratefully, because you know more is coming. This is the core shift between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. The former says, "I can't afford it." The latter says, "How can I create it?" The former waits for permission. The latter gives itself permission. You are not born to scrape by. You were born to expand, express, and experience the fullness of life. And that includes financial prosperity. So when you hear voices telling you money is scarce, that success is for others, or that desiring wealth is selfish, recognize those as echoes of fear, not truth. Money is not your enemy. It is a mirror. It reflects how much you're willing to believe in your worth, your vision, and the infinite flow of the universe. So stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for wanting more. You are not greedy. You are not asking too much. You are waking up to the truth. You are designed for abundance. And there is no limit to what you can receive, except the one you keep believing.